Welcome back to Good Morning KU. My name is Emily.
And I'm Savannah. This is your Wednesday Good Morning KU News Update.
And now we've been gone for a little while because of Thanksgiving break. How was your break, Savannah?
Very good. It was my birthday on Friday. Hung out with family all week. How about you, Emily?
That's the best way to do it. Well, I didn't have a super eventful break. Kind of same thing. I hung out with my family. I got to see some of my friends from high school. So that was super fun.
Yeah.
Nothing too fancy, but definitely a well-needed period of relaxation for sure.
I bet.
So let's take a look actually at what our other Good Morning KU news members did over break.
Yeah.
So Addie, go ahead.
Addie was actually sick on Thanksgiving, and so she just hung out with her dog while watching the KU game when they were playing in Atlantis this past week. And then she was also decorating for Christmas with her mom while she was home. That was just so sweet.
I love that. I know Addie was talking about how her mom really likes snowmen and how she had 55 snowman figurines in her upstairs decoration in her upstairs of her house, but super fun. I'm very jealous. I know it's probably pretty festive in her house. So actually, this is what I did over break. I went to see She Said, the new movie that came out inspired by the book about journalism and the scandal with Harvey Weinstein. I took my mom and my dad and my sister. It was a really good time. We went the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Good time to relax, and you know we love popcorn and movies, so that was super fun.
Thanksgiving snacks.
You bet, absolutely.
And then Erin actually flew home to Dallas over the past week, and she got to hang out with her cat and hang out all week. Looks like a pretty sunset to me on the airplane.
You cannot go wrong, absolutely. Especially going back to Dallas with the nice weather. That's just perfect combo there for you.
For sure.
And then we have Jessica. Oh, yes, Jessica went back to Illinois where she's from, and she surprised her friend for her 21st birthday. So kind of like me too. You get to see your friend from home, and that's always something that's super fun. It looks amazing with the fun balloons. I love it. Jessica
what
said
a time.
She said she had a great time. So super fun.
Oh, and then here I am. I went to the K-State game over the past weekend, although we did have a loss with KU. It was really cool to see. I was in the second row on the end zone. I really thought I was going to get beat up, but I didn't. So I did.
That's a good thing,
It was a story to tell for everyone.
How was the energy at the game? Was it electric or fun?
It was so fun. Packed stadium for sure. I did see some other fellow Jayhawks out there, but not very many.
You know what? That's all right. At least you're representing.
Yep.
So now we have Taylor, who went home as well, and she spent time with her cat, Patches. So some good animal therapy that we've got going on. A lot of emotional support, fun, amazing. That's what I did too.
Especially before these finals coming up.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Just a reminder, stop day is December 9th. That's coming up super soon. Finals are going to start, let's see, not next week, but the week after that, the 12th. I know, time is flying. So the 12th through the 16th are going to be finals, and if you're interested in learning on when your finals will be or the times that you need to be here for, you can go to the university website, and the final schedule is, thank goodness, released. So go look at that if you're interested.
That means winter is approaching to us, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
First semester is coming to a close.
I know, I can't even believe it.
I know.
Anything else going on this week or tomorrow?
Yeah, we got a game coming up tomorrow with Stetton Hall for men's basketball. The game is at 8 p.m., not 7 p.m. this week, and this is our Toys for Tots donation, so everyone should bring a teddy bear to donate for Toys for Tots for kids who cannot get a Christmas present this year.
That's awesome. And I know Seton Hall is a really good team as well, so this will be a really good game. So all you students, get your tickets and come out and support the Jayhawks.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So now we're going to throw it to an interview from outside the locker room with former KU basketball player Caelynn Manning-Allen, and we will be back after the break.
Welcome back to another episode of Outside the Locker Room. I'm Shamaria Massenburg, and today's guest is a former KU basketball player, but also a good friend of mine, Caelynn Manning-Allen. Caelynn, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Mara. I'll do anything for you, girl.
Caelynn, you graduated in 2017, and you're already the head coach at the same high school where you once played. Did you expect to get into your career so soon after graduating? And could you talk about the transition from athlete to coach?
Honestly, I didn't know that I would be jumping into it so quickly. I was out in Texas after I got done hooping, and one of my ADs here, who was also my coach when I was playing, called me up and was telling me that he thought that I would be a good person to come and change the culture of the program and come and run the program here. So I just jumped at the opportunity, and I haven't looked back.
And how would you say your experience has been so far? You said you didn't look back, so I know things have been going pretty quickly.
It's definitely been something that I've been learning and growing from. I'm a sponge, so I'm not somebody that think I know it all or think I don't have any room to grow. I try to learn from a lot of the coaches that help bring me up and help to mentor me, and I ask for advice when I need it. But overall, each day is a learning experience. Each day I feel like I get better as a coach and even as like a mom and a woman, dealing with, teens and different personalities and emotions all the time. So I'm definitely learning each day.
A little over, you were featured in an Adidas Legacy commercial. As a KU athlete, what did that moment feel like for you? And could you just talk about the process of being selected for that?
So I got Coach of the Year through Adidas Legacy, and it was a great opportunity. It was a great networking opportunity. We've been about that three stripe life, so I felt right at home being in an Adidas commercial, and I felt like I already had an idea of the culture of the brand and kind of the expectation that way. So I felt extremely grateful, extremely blessed to be in the opportunity and to be in a full blown commercial at the same time as All Star Break. It was like a dream come true almost. The Legacy program levels the playing field for my girls by giving them resources, giving them opportunities that they otherwise might not have had.
You talk about the KU culture and just the culture of Adidas, and I really want to highlight that because I don't think people understand what it really means to like go to the University of Kansas. And you spent a lot of time with guys like Jamari Traylor, Frank Mason, and Devontae Graham, and recently even took your daughter to some of Devontae's games. Could you talk about why it's important for you to nurture those friendships and why you continue to kind of build those bonds with those guys?
Honestly, it just it's just genuine love. You know what I'm saying? Those are some of my closest friends. I feel like we really had to thug it on both sides, both girls and men's basketball. We really had to thug it. We had to learn toughness. We had to learn accountability. And I feel like those were people that I was around that held me accountable and always pushed me to be my best. And I always admire their work ethic. And they're also just really great friends, very genuine friends and people that I can trust. So, yeah, we just go with what's natural. We don't try to force it.
Right. And recently you took to Instagram to talk about the bittersweet feeling of buying your first home, but not having your brother there to help you move in. Could you talk about navigating through motherhood and just life while you're also in the midst of grieving?
Um, well, honestly, it's been something that I've been like, battling with. It's definitely not easy. Me and my brother were really, really close, so it's been something that has been affecting me emotionally. But at the same time, I'm trying to use the resources that I have to make sure that I'm taking care of myself mentally and emotionally, so that way I can still be the best person that I can be every day and not be reacting off of like, sadness or anger or different things that I might be feeling. Because, like I said, each day is different. I've been connected with a therapist and talking to her once a week to try to unpack some of my feelings and get some grief counseling and try to sort my anger and sort my sadness out and try to get control of the situation. But it's definitely hard. He was my bestie. He was my twin, and I just wish I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
I love that you're so proactive in your healing and just taking control of that. And I've always looked at you as a big sister, and we've had talks over the years. So, I'm always here for you.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, Mara. I lean on my friends. I lean on my Maris and my Franks and my DTs, and I talk to them about how I feel, and I try to be as transparent as I can. But each day is different. It was different moving into my house because my brother is somebody that I've always been able to rely on as my handyman. He was also in construction work, so I never had to go to maintenance. I never had to ask any favors to anybody. I never had to rely on anybody outside of the family. I would always just call my brother. He would hop in his car, shovel me out of a park, or hang something up or hang on my TVs or fix stuff. So now that I'm moving into my house without him, there is a strange emptiness and a little bit of a shift in dynamic when it comes to having to like lean on other people that I wouldn't have had to usually lean on. But still moving forward, you know what I'm saying? I try not to think of it in a sad way as much as I can. Although I am sad, I try to stay positive and I stay busy with work.
Of course, and I know he's definitely proud of you. And I think it's a testimony to how you've been able to thrive in adversity and just reaching these milestones in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, man, honestly, I just feel extremely blessed. I feel extremely grateful to be in position to even buy a house. I work really hard, and I feel good to finally have something to show for all this hard work that I've been putting in. A lot of things behind the scenes that people don't see. I work at a high school full time. I'm a full time basketball coach. I also coach Mean Streets AAU basketball. I'm also a full time loctician, which I guess by the time you do 10 full times, it's all part time. But yeah, I'm just doing as much as I can to stay busy and working for everything.
Your hard work is paying off, and your fellow Jayhawks definitely see the grind.
Thank you, Mari. I appreciate it, girl.
Okay, Caelynn, this segment of the show is called Locker Room Talk. I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you have 5 seconds to answer each question. Are you
Mm,
ready?
I don't know. All right, let's go. Let's get it, Mari.
Okay, best Chicago restaurant,
Mm, Uncle Remus,
best Chicago rapper,
Lil Herb, Dirk,
favorite KU
Herbert,
memory,
Late Night in the Fog,
the Hawk or the Wheel,
The Hawk.
one thing you want to be remembered for.
Um, Finishing top 10 in block shots at Kansas. Being hardworking, being a great friend, being a great loyal person to people.
And you definitely will be remembered for those things, Caelynn. Thank you so much for joining me
Thanks,
today.
Mari, for
I
having
look
me.
forward to seeing what else you do. And obviously, I'm going to be texting you in the near future and just checking on you.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it, Mari. I appreciate all the love. It's mutual. I always want to see you go up, and I'm very proud of what you're doing too. I can't wait to see
Thank you.
where broadcasting takes you, girl. We're gonna see you on TV next.
Don't make me cry.
Okay, I'm serious.
Well, that is it for this segment of Outside the Locker Room. I'm Shamaria Massenburg, and we will see you next time.
Do you want to be a part of something bigger than what's taught in the classroom? Want to truly embrace your passion for editing, producing, or being on camera? Media Crossroads is the best way to get involved in broadcasting here at KU. In the William Allen White School of Journalism, we host a wide variety of shows from sports to music to news that appeals to all and any interest.
Welcome back. I'm Prescott.
And I'm Taylor. This is your Wednesday Good Morning KU news update. The designer brand Balenciaga apologized twice in one day for 2 different campaign scandals and is now filing a lawsuit against its advertising company. The first campaign featured a page from United States v. Williams, a Supreme Court case which upheld the constitutionality of a child pornography conviction. The second controversy was a campaign that had children holding stuffed bears dressed inappropriately. Many people are calling out Balenciaga, including Kim Kardashian, who says she's reevaluating her relationship with the brand.
The world's largest active volcano, Hawaii's Mauna Loa, erupted last Sunday for the first time since 1984. Scientists had been keeping an eye on the volcano for the past few months after it started to show signs of seismic activity. Lava flows are not threatening downslope communities, but emergency officials are asking residents of Mauna Loa to review their emergency plans in case the eruption becomes threatening.
The United States Senate has passed the Respect for Marriage Act, which protects same-sex and interracial marriages. The bill requires all states to honor marriages that take place in another state. Many were worried after this summer's Supreme Court decision, Dobbs v. Jackson, when Justice Clarence Thomas shared his openness to re-examine Alberfield v. Hodges, which legalized same-sex marriage.
Protests erupted in Urumqi, China this weekend after a Thursday apartment fire reportedly killed 10 and injured 9. The incident led to public fury after video surfaced showing lockdown measures had delayed firefighters from reaching the victims. The city has been in lockdown for more than 100 days, with residents unable to leave the region and many forced to stay home. Protests about COVID-19 protocols and lockdowns have been boiling over after months of fear and frustration, and related protests online and in the streets have been gaining momentum.
Former President Donald Trump had dinner last week with Ye and white nationalist Nick Fuentes, which has resulted in many Republicans speaking out against Trump. Mitch McConnell says there is no room in the Republican Party for anti-Semitism or white supremacy, and former Vice President Mike Pence is calling for an apology from Trump. Ye posted a tweet saying that Ye had asked Trump to run alongside him.
Severe storms and tornadoes ripped through parts of the South last night through this morning, killing at least 2 people in Alabama and damaging homes and other buildings in at least 3 states. At least 30 tornado reports have been made since Tuesday afternoon, mostly in central and southern Mississippi and Alabama, as well as in Louisiana. Threats of severe weather remain, but storms are expected to diminish in coverage and intensity throughout the afternoon.
And that's all for news. Now over to Addie for sports.
Thanks, Taylor. Sadly, we have to pass along some bad breaking news today. KU legend John Hadel, who went on to become a professional football star, passed away this morning. He was 82 years old. Hadel made a name for himself at Lawrence High School as an all-state halfback for the football team and as a center fielder for the baseball team. His ability as an all-around athlete served him well as he transitioned into the college game. As a sophomore in 1959, his first season of collegiate eligibility, Hadel led the NCAA in punting and set KU records for the longest punt, which was 94 yards, and the longest interception returned. The 2 life-size statues outside of the booth are of Gail Sayers and John Hadel. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Hadel family. The football team lost 47-27 to K-State on Saturday night in the Sunflower Showdown. The loss ended the regular season at 6-5, but the Jayhawks are bowl eligible and hope to get a bid on Sunday. Kansas has not been to a bowl game since the 2008 Orange Bowl. Head coach Lance Leipold signed his new contract this week that will hopefully keep him here until 2029. There are, however, a lot of clauses that allow Leipold to leave if progress is not made on the renovations of the football facilities, or if KU leaves the Big 12 Conference. The Jayhawk men basketball team bounced back in a dominating 87-55 victory over the Texas Southern Tigers after their 50-64 loss against Tennessee at the Battle for Atlantis tournament. Junior guard Joseph Yesufu received his first KU start in place of Kevin McCullough, who was out for the contest. Yesufu dropped 14 points and Jalen Wilson led all scorers with 22. The defending national champions are now 7-1 this season with another home game this week in Allen Fieldhouse. Big East Conference member Seton Hall will be here tomorrow night for an 8 p.m. tip-off. The women's basketball team won 2 in California over the break to extend their win streak to 5. The Lady Jayhawks have scored between 72 and 79 points in all 5 victories this season. The first real test for the team, however, will come tonight when KU hosts Texas A&M. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. The volleyball team lost its final match of the season on Friday at Texas Tech, but the Jayhawks did get selected to play in the NCAA tournament. Kansas will play the 7th-seeded Miami Hurricanes on Thursday, with a possible matchup with 2nd-seeded Nebraska to follow. Last year, KU upset Oregon and Creighton before falling to Pittsburgh in the Sweet 16. The USA men's soccer team kept their World Cup dreams alive yesterday with a 1-0 win against Iran. Kristen Pulisic scored the lone goal during the 38th minute. The win advances them into the round of 16, where they will face off against the Netherlands. That match will start at 9 a.m. this Saturday. And that's all I have for you today. If you head down to Allen Fieldhouse tonight, you can send the volleyball team off at 6:15, then stick around to watch the women's basketball game at 7. After the break, Aaron will be here with the weather.
A big problem in our student population is the reoccurring issue of students procrastinating on assignments, which can lead to late or missed assignments, higher levels of stress, and ultimately lower grades. Teachers are actively trying to ensure that students have all the tools needed to succeed, but the student has to put in the work and plan ahead to accomplish a healthy balance between their academics, social life, and mental health. Some ways to avoid procrastination are to keep a planner, block out time in your day to work on assignments, and to limit how long you use certain apps that may cause you to procrastinate even more.
And welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Erin Borgers here with the weather update. We are looking forward to a brief warm-up on Friday, but unfortunately that is not going to stay with us. We are going to continue to see cooler temperatures as we finish out in the weekend and into next week. So let me go ahead and take you outside right now. We are at 33 degrees here in Lawrence, and it is still starting to be a chilly day. The wind chill right now is looking at 24 degrees. So with the winds being strong out of the northwest direction, it is feeling much colder than what the temperature actually is, and that's going to continue during these afternoon hours. At 3 p.m. you can see that we're going to be a little warmer than we are now at 39 degrees, but with that wind chill, it's going to feel like 33 still, so it's going to feel like the temperature right now. But thankfully, into the evening hours, the winds are really going to calm down, so the temperatures are, even though they're going to decrease, they're not going to feel like the teens like they were early this morning. They're going to feel like they are the actual temperatures, like in the 20s. So it's not much of a difference, but it matters a little bit. And then for tomorrow, we are going to see just slightly warmer than we are now. We are looking at a high of 53 tomorrow. It's still going to remain sunny. The wind's actually going to be fairly strong tomorrow. It's going to shift overnight to start coming out of the south, and it's going to start to be windy. And that is a trend that's going to continue into this weekend as we go to the full 7-day forecast here. So Friday and Saturday is going to be really windy both of those days. Thursday is going to be the start of that wind. And then Friday, like I said earlier, is going to be that brief warm-up. I'm looking at a high of about in the high 60s. Maybe we'll get to 70. We can cross our fingers. But of course, that is not going to stick around. We are getting closer and closer to the winter season being in full effect. And so we are looking at more consistent temperatures in the lower 50s and upper 40s. And if you are looking for snow, I'm sorry to report that you are not going to get it for a little bit while longer. We do have some clouds coming through on that Monday, but we are not looking at any substantial precipitation or snowfall for a little bit while longer. So you can keep your fingers crossed for a white Christmas, but I don't know that we are there yet. And that is all I have for a weather update. Make sure to tune in next week for our last show of the semester. And thank you so much for watching Good Morning KU all this time. And we will see you back next week.